To this now, DA leader John Steenhuisen is campaigning in Soweto ahead of the 2024 elections. The party is targeting the country's biggest township. Now let's get the very latest. Our reporter Ntlantla Kgatlhane joins us now. Ntlantla, thank you so much for your time. So just talk to us about what's happening there now. I mean, how has the reception been, following the party's controversial elections ad?
Yes, well, a very good day to you, Unat, coming to you right here from Zone 6 in Deep Blue, Soweto, where the DA leader, John Steenhuisen, will be here to try and garner support. Unat, we know that the party leader, John Steenhuisen, has been crisscrossing the Gauteng province, one of the contested province here in this upcoming elections. And what we can tell you that, Unati, just right now, we are outside the venue, but inside it's quite packed. We know that this is the last tour. This is the DA leader, John Steenhuisen's last tour here in Gauteng province, where they are trying to garner support. We managed to get a chance just to get a glimpse in terms of what was happening, and we went inside. A lot of people have come to listen to the DA leader here in terms of what the party promises in this upcoming election. 20 days to go, parties leaving nothing to chance with regards to trying and ensure that they get those particular votes, in ensuring that post-elections they find themselves in an advantage, or rather they find themselves being the government of the 7th democratic administration, Unati. Well, you can see behind me, Unati, that there are still people who are just still making their way in. But when, like I said, when we went inside, it's a different kind of scenery. People dancing around, being entertained. So it's going to be interesting, in terms of, when the election day comes, whether, the efforts by, these political parties, or rather the DA, will resonate to the ground in terms of, people casting their vote and trusting them, to be the next government taking on from the ANC, which has been, governing since the dawn of democracy. Unati?
Did you get a sense, from the people, how they are feeling ahead of these elections particularly? And I mean, how has then the DA been defending itself in as far as the backlash it has received? I mean, I know that John Steenhuisen has been at pains to say there are 4 other adverts that they have, issued out. And none of these, of course, had, had the same effect, or at least reaction.
Well, like I already said, inside people excited, but we all know that, during election, it's also a game of semiotics, a study of codes and signs, whereby parties do whatever they can to try and, garner support, to try and, take the message to the people to trust them with their vote. Inside, what I can assure you is that, people jumping around, people still walking, behind my colleague here, you can still see people, making their way to this venue. It's quite, really dark at this particular moment. It will be, interesting for our viewers at home to just, see in terms of what I mean when I say that, it seems like a DA leader here in Soweto is welcomed very well. People dancing around, chanting songs. But like I said, it's a game of numbers. It's a game of, semiotics. It's a game of, messaging in terms of how you package your message to try and garner support. But the most fundamental thing, Unati, will be, on the day, to see if, your message as a political party has really touched the hearts of ordinary South Africans. And on the other hand, they trust that, you would be the relevant, government to take them forward, as we know that this, is one of the most contested, and it's going to be one of the most, interesting when it comes to, how, the results pan out, Unati.
All right, so let's wait and see then, how that particular, campaign goes. I mean, it would be very interesting to hear how DA leader John Steenhuisen does then woo voters there. Well, that was our reporter Ntlantla Kgatlhane there in Soweto. Of course, we'll continue to bring you more election news as, of course, we head to those very crucial elections on the 29th of May.